look forward to even more increases. Your government is caring for you. The time brought to you by the Office of the Prime Minister is
6 o'clock.
Another day comes, another day goes. Some good, some bad, let it all flow. Some people love you.
Hey, Miss Chin, don't waste your time with thoughts of giving up.
You know, when Dennis loves a song, I just notice that he just goes into his own world and does his own thing, gets his dance on, his groove on. But I ain't mad at Uncle Dennis for dancing at all. Good morning, Uncle Dennis.
How are you?
I'm magnificent. Thank you so much for asking. How are you?
Again. You know, so yes. I look on the show yesterday, and I say, the updo work, you know.
Thank you. Thank you, darling. Thank you.
Work, big up.
Yes, it's Ten's Beauty Palace, darling.
Big up Ten's Beauty Palace, who come and work with one hairstyle and leave with another hairstyle.
I gotta tell you, right? Because at Sunrise, you know, you can't get everything done here. You get your hair, you get food, you get everything.
Ten come on the show with one hairstyle, and halfway through the show, she had a completely different hairstyle.
She had a chop.
And it wasn't a wig.
It was a chop, darling.
A pixie cut. She come back with a pixie cut. I'm like,
is this her twin? When did this happen? But I gotta tell you.
What is?
Yeah. But it is great to see you.
Awesome.
And of course, it's great to be here. And I'm happy to see that you're alive and very well.
Say I am here under no duress.
Exactly. Under no pressure.
I'm under no pressure. I'm here of my own volition.
Yes.
Indeed. And I have all my faculties intact.
Yes. And I would also like to add hastily that no presenter was harmed in our video yesterday. And for those who may not be aware, it's actually a trend, a TikTok trend that we redid yesterday. And you know, there are just some people who are unaware of what's going on in the world, but I must say we are viral again.
Hold on, no. Like I was in a meeting and then like my phone just kept vibrating and I was like, what?
Yeah, anytime you see so many messages, it's like, what's going on?
What's going on, you know? But okay, so all right, so if you don't know what we're talking about, here's an idea.
Let's give them the context. Yeah, I don't mind Dennis recording with any other presenter on Sunrise. It's okay. I mean, he's free to do what he wants to do. I mean, he's my presenter, my friend, but I don't mind. I mean, he can do what he wants to do. It's quite fine by me. Yeah, it's not a problem. It's not a big deal. You understand? He can just do him thing, and it's fine, right? I'm really not having a problem at all, right? So, you can literally record with anybody. You understand? It's fine. I encourage him to do so. All right? Kiss me, baby. I'm out. Dennis, you're such a good actor. It was just so much fun. So when Michaela approached us yesterday, I'm like, Michaela, another trend. You got my money. Listen, get away from me. Yeah.
When she came, I was like, no. From she said trend, you said nope.
Nope. Dennis had a like nerp, but you know what? We did it, and it's fun. And thanks to all those who got the joke and got the essence of it.
You're just in time for your girl with the headlines. Ticklemus Maximus. Hey. Good morning, Ticklemus.
That makes me feel strong. I like it.
Yes.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good morning, TK.
Good to see you guys, as always.
Great to see you as well. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm magnificent. Thank you.
Excellent. We're going to jump into headlines.
Yes.
Are we ready?
Yes.
Indeed.
Let's jump into it. First up, fire guts Mona housing complex displacing 18 students. Another hiccup in the resumption of the new school year, this time involving the displacement of 18 University of Technology students following a fire that destroyed part of a housing complex on University Crescent in St. Andrew yesterday morning.
I saw it yesterday, and you know, it's just such a tragedy. Thankfully, as you said, TK, no lives were lost, no one was hurt. But I can just imagine how painful it is for the students. You know, you're just getting your bearings together. You know, you have your documents in your room. You have probably your money in your room, your books, and you know, it's just a whole lot. And my heart really goes out to them, right? And it's just a reminder, the cause of the fire is unknown at this time. But just to say, you know, when we're leaving the house, you know, just let us check for certain things, be very careful, especially when you live, you know, in an apartment complex, right? So you make sure your stove turn off, you make sure the candles are out, you make sure iron plug out, or if you have electric stove, turn it off, you know, because we don't know what the cause is, but it is just such an unfortunate situation. And I just hope that, you know, their fellow students will rally around them and help them as best as possible, right? And, you know, if they lost, for example, driver's license, passport or whatever, I hope that the different entities or agencies will help to expedite the renewal of, you know, or the return of those items. Well, it's just sad. Along that same vein, strata managers, people who, you know, manage these properties also need to make sure that the electricals are properly inspected periodically, because some of the times it's some electrical faults and we don't know. I'm familiar with a particular property that was having serious electrical problems and, you know, low voltage and all, or variable voltage, and it was on the verge of a major accident. And next thing you know, you say, I don't know what could have caused that. Because you don't examine and take note of the little things.
Like we said, just so grateful no lives were lost and no major injuries or anything like that.
And again, if from you have life, you can start over.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You can start over.
Yeah.
Students, as we begin this exciting new school year, I want to take a moment to welcome you all back and to remind you how important it is to do your part to keep yourselves and your friends safe this year. School is a place for learning, growing, and having fun with your friends. But remember, it's also a place where you need to stay alert and look out for each other. Here are a few simple tips to help keep you safe. Be aware of your surroundings when traveling. Keep your phones, technological devices, and money out of sight. Walk in groups. Avoid isolated paths and be cautious of strangers. Always inform your parents or guardians of your whereabouts. If you're experiencing bullying or if you see others being bullied, report it to your parents or teachers. If something about a situation doesn't feel right, or if someone makes you uncomfortable, trust your instincts and tell a trusted adult. And remember, if you ever need help, or if you know a friend or classmate who does, you can always call us at the Child Protection and Family Services Agency on our 211 Child Abuse Hotline. We're here for you. Have a fantastic school year. Stay safe and take care of each other.
All right, so let's talk some household items first of all. I see you have a lovely pot there. In Russian, how would you call it? How would you say pot?
Pot is kastruля.
Kastruля. Could you just write that for us so we can see what it looks like? Kastruля.
In English?
You can write it in English and
in Russian.
In Russian, very well. Kastruля.
Kastruля.
Pass me the kastruля.
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 The kastruля is very hot.
Your head is shaped like a kastruля. Your head big like a kastruля. You see that brown man, the kastruля? Okay.
Oh, we probably won't have enough space to write both.
Oh, wow.
Kastruля.
Okay.
Wow. All right. I need a cup of coffee in the morning. Khadine needs a cup of tea.
Tea?
But we need the kettle. How do you say kettle?
Чайник.
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 Yes.
Чайник.
Okay.
All right, let's see how that looks in English. You can just write the English.
The English, yeah.
Чайник.
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 Chinook.
Chinook.
Oh, Chinook.
I believe.
Okay, all right.
Or maybe the key. Chinook.
Chinook. Okay.
Okay. Ah.
Nice.
All right. And we eat very often
Yes.
out of a plate.
Тарелка.
Repeat, please.
Тарелка.
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 I need a big tarelka.
I want a big tarelka of food.
Yes, tarelka.
Tarelka.
I don't do small tarelka.
Tarelka.
Tarelka. Okay.
Tarelka.
Tarelka.
Тарелка.
Tarelka.
Tarelka.
I like it.
All right. What about
all right.
fork?
Yeah, fork.
Вилка.
Vilka.
Вилка.
Okay.
Vilka.
Vilka, the Vilka. Fork, Vilka. Guys, make sure you're writing these down as well.
Well, we start by breaking down the stigma in terms of mental health.
Yeah.
So we start talking about our mental health. I mean, we want it to be like almost everyday conversation. With my children, I say, just like how you'd say, how your math and your English going, you'd say, how you feeling today, how you, you know.
Check-in.
Right, a check-in, right. And then you go on to maybe asking about depression, if they talk about sadness, right? And especially for teenagers, we don't like to ask it, but we have to ask it, you know, have you ever felt like hurting yourself or killing yourself? And then, you know, you take it from there. If they say yes, then you may continue the conversation, or, you know, say, well, I'm going to get you to talk to somebody.
Right.
You know, one way that we seek to prevent suicide is by, you know, studying it, looking at the numbers, what's the literature telling us, so that we can design policies and programs to be effective as a ministry, for instance. What are the numbers telling us here in Jamaica? Whether it be some of the demographics or some of the, in terms of locale, you know, what are the numbers telling us?
Numbers are telling us that about maybe 20% of our children and adolescents are at risk for attempting suicide.
Right.
Okay, fine. And for those who turn up at the hospital, the majority are between like 15 and 24. Okay. And internationally, whether more males apparently complete suicide, whereas more female attempt it.
Yes.
And we're changing the lingo as well. You know, the theme for this year is changing the narrative.
Very well.
And you know, how we change how we think about things, it begins from how we speak about it.
Right.
So we don't talk about committing suicide.
Death by suicide.
Right, or completing it. Right,
yes.
right. Because you're not a criminal if you commit suicide. And also, we don't say the attempt was successful.
Oh, no.
It's pretty bad. Solid waste is what we see with our eyes. That's one of the 3 types of waste, but there's also industrial outflow. So sometimes if you're driving along Palisados and you look to the right, which is the harbor, and you look to the left, which is right outside the harbor, you can see just the color differences in the water. And then there's also sewage, unfortunately. I know it's something we've been trying to address, but those are the 3 main sources of pollution that is in the harbor. So just remember that what you see is not all that's there.
And then sometimes there's also a pungent smell. Is that a part of the whole pollution as well?
Of course. We visited one of the communities at the mouth of Mountain View Gully, and these people's backyard is garbage. So they open their door to piles of garbage. The scent is there. It's really not nice. It's a big problem, and there are many different stakeholders involved. Of course, the public has a role to play, but everybody has a role to play.
Tell us about the ethos of Kerry and how it got started.
So it was very simple. We're coming back from a work trip, driving along Palisados, and it was one of those mornings after it rains. I don't know if you've ever seen the harbor after it rains, but it's when all the garbage comes out, and there's this thin layer that just covers the entire harbor as far as your eye can see. And we looked at it and said, how comes nobody not doing anything about this? You know, like surely some government official, someone has seen this. Why aren't we doing anything? And we decided to go around the harbor. We found a fisherman. He took us on the water, and the project just evolved from there.
Wow.
So we started with cleaning up the garbage in the harbor, but we thought that's addressing the problem downstream, and it's not really fixing it. It's a band-aid solution. So we have to go further upstream to the schools and the communities who probably dump their garbage in the gullies.
Celine Gordon, host of Holy Road.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your boy John Mark Wigan, host on the show Holy Road. Listen, people need to know what's happening in the churches and in ministry in all of Jamaica. It's an absolute blessing. We're really excited to share this.
Tune in to CVM. See it happen.
Boxes are made from craft paper and white paper board. As Dennis said earlier, they're 100% compostable, fully biodegradable, and they're eco-friendly.
Friendly, yes.
We would have done, tremendous testing to ensure that they don't leak, that they can store the food well, and when you hold them, they don't burn you.
Right.
So we've been going at this since early 2022.
Oh wow.
With the designing, the testing, just to find the right, thickness of the paper. So it's been quite a journey, and we're here.
Wow. So I noticed that there are some brown and there are some white. Is there a difference in terms of the color?
So what the brown is made from craft paper and the white is from craft paper. So the white, Jamaicans prefer, or they're used to eating out of white boxes. So that's how the white come in, because just to keep in line with what Jamaicans are used to.
Yes.
You can put your protein on one side, and you can put your starch or your vegetable on the other side. You can serve it neat. Because presentation is key.
Right.
I don't like my food look chaka-chaka. So this facilitates a restaurant or a cook shop doing it neat and look.
Just like
neat,
that.
tidy.
And that was the thought process into designing, where we looked at, the market.
The different options.
And we tried to find a solution to cater
Somebody
to the
said, send me a coffin box.
Yes.
As well as, we tried to use the craft paper to keep in line with what we are used to in Jamaica, the craft. We have the burger box coming out as well.
Yes, I was about to ask for that one.
So that's popular.
For the kids,
one.
yes.
For the kids. So we tried to use the craft paper to keep true to what we know in Jamaica and keep the designs to what we know in Jamaica.
When you say it's lined, I can see that it is lined. But what's it lined with?
So, I can't tell you because I don't want anybody to duplicate
right,
it.
Right.
That's
we took 7 athletes and we came back with 30 medals.
Wow.
So these 3 are representatives of our team. We have 4 more who are not with us this morning because they're either in school or training overseas.
Wow.
Both, really.
Right.
So, so we had a great medal haul and we're really proud of them. So they are definitely the ones to watch.
Swimming is a big deal. Kia, talk to me about the experience in Puerto Rico and your medals.
Well, it was a really good experience. Swimming, feeling the waves, it was really nice. And going on the podium, knowing that I've earned it, it was a really nice experience.
How many did you win?
I won 8 medals.
Wow.
8 medals.
In what categories? What category? Because I know you have breaststroke and this. What did you do?
Well, I did basically every stroke except for backstroke.
Oh, wow. Which include what?
I did 4 IM, 2...
Butterfly.
No, I didn't do 2. I did 2 fly. I did 50 breasts, 100 breasts, 100 free, 50 free.
Wow. Now, talk to me, Kai. How was it for you? Was it your first time going?
Yes, it was.
And representing your country?
No, it wasn't my first time representing the country, but it was my first time going to Pan Am.
And how was that for you?
It was really fun. The pool felt really fast, and I'm really proud of myself for what I did.
And what did you do?
The events I did?
Yes, the events and what medals you got?
The events I did was 50 free, 100 free, 200 free, 800 free, 50 back, 100 back, 200 back, and 50 fly, and 2 relays. The medals I got eventing were the 200 free relay, the 200 IM, and
what's the IM?
Oh, medley. Back fly.
Yes, they do each of the strokes. So they do a lap of each stroke.
But that didn't come out of the water. Them go a Puerto Ricanos in the water.
Yes, they all swam a lot of events. And still brought home all those medals.
Arush, talk to me. How, like the trade.
And him come back with 2 goals.
Yeah.
That's what we do. That's what we do.
That's what we do. God did.
Well, as the segment said, we deal with deadlift, you know, and so when somebody dies, we focus mainly, because as you said, most people don't make a will. So we're focusing on a particular population of vulnerable people, children, those under 18. Because as you said, people die, there's a fight, there's an argument, few people remember their school fees to be paid, their children who need to have life, lights, water, food. And so we focus on that group of persons. So where somebody dies with assets, house, you said, car, land, whatever it is, money in the bank, insurance policy. We have entertainers who die, they have royalties coming in. We have a variety of assets. People die in a car accident. We have a lot of accidents on our road. We have to sue the person who caused the accident. So we have lots of assets coming in. We have horses, you name it, we have it at the department. Boats, fishermen die, people with yachts, whomever. Anything that you have in life carries through to death.
Yes.
And so what we do, we look at what you have, do various investigations to see what is there, bring in the assets so that we can take care of the children. We give the adults what is theirs while they're adults, and we keep what is for the child with the department. There are also some cases where the court might say, you know what, this is a little complicated. Let the admin gen deal with it and then make a court order to say, you have the expertise there, you do it. There might be, as you said, fighting in between parties in a family, and the court says, you know what, admin gen, let's have you deal with it again.
So
pretty much that's what it is.
Are you primarily a provider of legal services in this area? So are you mainly attorneys who work?
So we have quite a few attorneys, maybe about 30 or 40 attorneys in the office, because it is, as you pointed out, a very specific legal area. But we have other professionals. We have trust accountants, because we're dealing with the money. We have to make sure, we have a duty to make sure the money is in order. We have to invest the money. So we have persons who are in finance as well in the department. As you said, there's property. So we have property managers who go out in the field. We have houses that we have to rent. We have to maintain. You have your own house.
Yes.
Pipe is going to burst. The tenant is going to call you, because we rent the houses, if they're rentable, to make sure that we can get income coming in, because a house is not going to generate income just sitting there.
Right.
It's also not going to stay in a habitable condition if you don't maintain it. So we have property administrators that go out all island.
No more fear of missing out. CVM TV News is on YouTube. Get up-to-date news, sports, and business content at CVM TV News anytime, anywhere. Subscribe now to CVM TV News to see it happen.
What are the precautions that you take when you have to like work and fix a pole during like a hazard such as like hurricanes?
Okay, so as for instance, we had Hurricane Beryl the other day. So our team went out there and did after the hurricane was over, our team went out there and did a damage assessment to see how badly Hurricane Beryl damaged us. So when we go out there, we know what to carry. So we have to wear, we have to have our standard PPEs, that protective gears like our helmet, our glasses, our gloves, our safety boot, and even our safety uniforms. So when we are working on the trucks, we have to have cones and tape to tape off the work area, so persons like yourself don't come and something fall in your head. You understand? You?
How did you feel when you first went into a JPS truck?
At first, I was scared because in order to, when you're initially coming into JPSD, you have an assessment where you do certain stuff and they check. So they put us in the bucket truck and put on our harness because we have to be safe while going up. So they put on our harness and they carry us way, 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 way up in the sky, like very, very high. So I was scared at first, but I got used to it and it's really fun and relaxing. You?
Like when you stepped into the when you stepped into the GPS truck, did you fear of something bad happening to you or something?
No, because we, as I said in JPS, we have our training to show us the proper way in order to go on the truck. We have a 3-point contact, so you have to be holding on and your 2 hand or a leg or your 2 foot, and so you have a proper way of going onto the truck because, as you know, the trucks are high. It's very high. So I'm not scared. You?
Oh, wow, guys. No, I feel like I can be a power line, worker at JPS. You guys feel inspired? Yeah, you feel like you want to grow up and be a power line like Auntie? Power line worker like Auntie?
Yes.
Well, guys, let me tell you, I'm so impressed with your questions. You guys are so intelligent, so articulate. And let me say, Cayenne Anglin, who is that? Cayenne, all right, that's Cayenne she's in grade 5, Uncle Dennis. Ariana Marie Daniels, who is that? Beautiful, and you're in grade 5 as well. And Ashka Stewart, that's you. Oh my God, she's in grade 6, girl. Let me tell you, brilliant. And Matthew Miller, look at Mr. Miller, looking so smart, lovely. And these lovely young ones, Dennis, are from Praise Tabernacle Christian Academy. Give yourselves a round of applause. Oh, you're the head boy. Oh!
From your CBC head boy.
I said he looked prime ministerial. That's what I was saying.
Captain of the debate team and quiz team and beer things.
Honorable Prime Minister. And you ladies are so beautiful and so articulate. Auntie, how did they do?
They did very well. They have been pressing me from in the... They have been asking me a lot of questions and a lot of insights, and it was very refreshing because they helped me not to be very nervous about this.
I love that.
And what I love is the way you really highlight the company and show a different side of the JP.
I love that. Auntie, let me just say it too. We're very proud of you. As Ashka said, you're in a male-dominated industry and you've been doing so well, and you're an inspiration to other young ladies to join as well. So thank you for all you do, and we wish you all the best and continued success.
Thank you.
All right. Lovely.
And so should big up our school, Camperdown.
Yes, Camperdown. Yes. Yes, Camperdown. Yes, that's Assassin School as well. Alma mater.
Yes.
Yeah, Jeffrey Campbell. Yes, assassin agent. South School. Check.
All right. Well, that's where we're going to wrap it for today. It's been a great show. Lots of great conversations. Thank you for choosing to rise with us today. If you've missed out on anything or you just want to watch your favorite segments, we've got